Hey, besties. Let's throw some shade, honey. You ready to get into it? Ciao. Jackie was on an apology tour, honey. Did Shawnee put some new batteries in her back? You already know she did. She was sitting at that lunch, at that table at lunch, looking like, girl, this is my show. You know you can't go. You don't want to go. You got to get this together and get these girls together, honey. And she put some new batteries in Evelyn's back too. Because Evelyn show was acting like Jackie Jr. in this episode, baby. And speaking of Evelyn, in the confessional, I like her dress, the little champagne pink, little gathering, the little ruching of the gathering, the one side over the shoulder. But baby, what was up with that left boob, honey? Who missed that? Where was her stylist? Because that thing was sitting in her lap. Was the tape not taping? Whatever the gathering was going on under that dress, honey, the babies, the girls were up, was not even. One was up, one was down. Baby, did y'all catch that? And I mean, normally, sometimes they'll catch a little oopsie, and then the next time you do your confessional, they fix it. Honey, it's some haters on this cast. Well, you know, the production of the team, because nobody helped Evelyn. They saw that. They saw her boob looking like that. Oh, I tell you, what about your friends? Anyway, besties, what am I talking about? What am I talking about, child? These basketball wives. This is Behind the Shade. Let's throw some shade, honey, and get into another episode of Basketball Wives, Season 11. This is episode 23. And it's called Shots Poured, Shots Fired. Whatever. Do you like the title of the episode? No. Are we going to change it? Possibly. But on a scale of 1 to 10, besties, how do you rate this episode? How did it end again? I don't know. Maybe a 7. Let's go with a 7, but let's get into it. So, honey, baby girl, Jen walks in. Did she have a Fendi? Her little white number, was that Fendi? With those F's all over the place. She had her little Fendi number. Honey, hit that corner to the table with Laura Govan. Yes, honey, Laura is back. Now let's just get into it. Let's give you a little bit of background on this last name. We say Govan. You know, I am from the town. Laura is from the town. Her family is from the town. Her dad was the counselor at the high school, Oakland High. We called him Mr. Govan. So she's going to be Laura Govan. We didn't call him Mr. Govan. Okay? Child, you put these folks up in Hollywood, honey, and they want to change everything, honey. Okay, Govan. You got one time. I'm going to call you Govan one time. Laura Govan. So she was well received with the girls. That was good because I think they need a mix up. So after Brooke asked Laura, you know, how she was and how was her 4 boys and got into all that, she immediately, I'm talking about Laura immediately gave Jackie an apology for having an appropriate conversation with her daughter. But girl, this goes back to like years ago. I believe 2011. But nonetheless, Jackie accepted because she has to, because Shawnee said. And so she said, you know, in her confessionals, Jackie was saying, you know, that's that grown woman thing like that right there. And I was like, no, boo, that's that Oaktown, that Oakland, that town business right there. We ain't got time to be still sitting there tripping about no stuff that happened 800 years ago. So then Brandy goes in on Evelyn, why do you feel the need to jab at me about my marriage? Girl, why every time you get on my TV, you talk about your marriage? How about that? That's the question. You ain't got nothing else to say. Why do you care what Evelyn has to say? She can't even keep her. Anyway, more shade will be thrown soon enough. So Evelyn and Brandy, they go off. They going back and forth and back and forth. And then Brandy tells her she thinks she's being fake as F because of this, this kumbaya trip she didn't do together. Call her out. That's fine. Because we know who's behind it. Shawnee Henderson. And so here go Evelyn. I think what you're doing with Jason is fake as beep. What am I doing that's fake? Evelyn told her, you faking like you happy. Child. Evelyn, you are too old to be coming at Brandy about her husband. Brandy, we are tired of hearing about your husband. And you need to find a new thing to talk about. And Evelyn, back to you. What does being happy and being married have to do with each other? That's what I would have asked Evelyn. Because guess what? She don't know. Evelyn doesn't know. And I wish Brandy would have brought it up. Well, had you stayed with Ocho longer than 41 days, you would know how marriage works. And I wonder how come Brandy won't bring that up. Is it just something in her contract where you can't bring it up to Evelyn, but she sure keep jabbing at you? Are you afraid she gonna jump across that table on you? I mean, you know what happened to Jennifer back in Miami, but it's like if Brandy would just come at her about her marriage to Ocho, she could shut Evelyn down all the way down. And Evelyn, you don't know nothing about marriage. 41 days, you have no clue, or that you being happy don't have nothing to do with it. Anyway, and who says that at this age? Some things just have an age cap on it, and talking about somebody's marriage and faking like they happy. Girl, be quiet until you can be married. Just hush. You done broke up with that other boy, but he dodged the bullet. He don't even know you saved him. So anyway, it's just like, okay, Evelyn, what is your takeaway talking about Jason so much? Is she supposed to go file for divorce because you keep thinking that she's not happy? Is she supposed to give him to you? Maybe you can make him happy? Like, what are you doing? Like, is she supposed to go beat up all the 350, 1,100 women that he didn't slept with? Is she supposed to go, hit them? What do you want Brandy to do? And you see how she threw Brandy on Brooke, bringing up Kevin. It was like, girl, Evelyn, you are giving miserable. You are really giving lonely and miserable. So Brooke says, well, she wasn't asking for anybody's opinion about her and Kevin. She was like, I met him. I was happy. I need something to be happy about, and y'all said y'all was happy to my face. But then Jocelyn said that Brandy told her that Jen said my relationship is nothing like hers. And so Jen was like, well, that 12-12 thing, kind of shocked me. So Brooke told her, y'all was moving kind of fast, y'all was moving fast too. And then Jen said, I was just shocked by you trying to get married in December 12th, 24. And then Christian came up. And so, she said, when y'all met him, we had been dating for 6 months. Then she says it didn't come from a bad place. We try to protect him. We try to protect you, Brooke. Like, we are very protective over you. And so Brooke is like, I do appreciate that you're being protective and all that. But let the P, you guys know the girlfriend downstairs, let my P beep have a little fun. And the girls all laugh. And so Jen is like, that was said. And everybody agreed that was that on that. We're going to let your little girl have some fun. So then And then here comes Jacille. She's telling Cheyenne, I want to talk to you about the women's empowerment brunch. And so Cheyenne went straight to telling Jacille that she was on a gay bashing tour with Brooke. And it's like, they're all like, no, 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 I wasn't. No, he wasn't. So Jacille and Brooke says, like, they told Cheyenne she wasn't even outside to even know what was said. And so they were like, no, there was no gay bashing. And so Brooke South Central shows up and she told Cheyenne that she was being tasteless and classless. And girl, I was like, no, she didn't give her own medicine. And then Brooke will say sometimes she gay. So she wasn't gay bashing because she's always around gay people. And she's gay sometimes. And Jacille is gay. So ain't nobody bashing her. Like, we could say stuff and it's not bashing. It can be mentioned. We can mention stuff. We can point out gay things to gay people and it's not bashing. Okay? We can talk about it. Stop being so sensitive. But then Cheyenne says the friend was, hurt. You were hurt because y'all was arguing. And when you argue, you say things that are hurtful. You were arguing. You should have said something back. You could have talked about Brooks BBL, but anyway. So then Brooke tells Cheyenne, honey, this is where I was like, Brooke. She tells Cheyenne, that's why you still in your 40s with no kids, not married, and ain't got nothing going on. Wow. Wow, Brooke. Did you really just say that? Brooke, you did not say that. So, the streets we're talking this week about that little saying. Honey, they done pulled out stuff, a whole bunch of receipts out on Brooke. It's been said, it's been told, honey, that Brooke's 3 kids are by 3 different dudes, right? And Brooke and Cheyenne been knowing each other for like 20 something years. They kind of came into the industry together, being whatever, concubines, video vixens, trying to be known, trying to date stars. They both were doing that. You know what I'm saying? But Cheyenne chose to do some higher learning in the process. Brooke, you chose reality TV. You know what I'm saying? And because this woman is over 40 with no kids and not married, doesn't mean that her life is meaningless. Like, she don't like, what do you have going on? You got 3 kids. You almost had a grandbaby, but you don't. You have lost one. I think they said you've been married twice, divorced twice. What are you comparing? So in comparison, what's going on here? What do you have? You're not married. You are possibly in your 40s with 3 kids. You ain't got nothing going on. Cheyenne is a doctor. Her AKA is Dr. Bryant. You got an old lopsided BBL. Girl, sit down and shut up, Brooke. Sit down and shut your lopsided butt up. Literally. So Cheyenne tells Jacille, girl, let's go, because I can't even address her. Very smart. That's what adults do. They remove themselves when things are just going too left for no reason. So but before she leaves, there's more back and forth between Cheyenne and Brooke. Blah, 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 blah. So Jacille tells Jackie to come on and get up too because Cheyenne is her friend. Baby, Jackie's battery pack will not let her get up, Jacille. She has to sit there. And so, of course, Jackie is happy that for once in her life that none of this mess has anything to do with her. So she's sitting there and she's thinking, Cheyenne grown, she can handle herself. So Jacille and Cheyenne, they walk away together. And Laura tells Brooke, you have not changed. And so Brooke go ask Laura, you miss it? No. So Evelyn comes over to Wacky Jackie's room and, she says, she was shocked about what happened. And, whatever. And so Jackie was like, you know what? Cheyenne is grown. She wanted to help her, but she wanted to help get everybody on the same page. They over there, Jackie Senior and Jackie Junior over there trying to figure out how to get everybody back together because they boss told them to. And so Jackie asked Evelyn, how does she feel about Laura? And so she's like, oh, I don't have no issues with her. Mm-mm. She said, I'm not going to be staked with her because of what her and Shawnee went through. So I was like, what? I don't remember. What happened? So girl, I had to get on the Google to see what happened. So allegedly Laura was dating Shaq when, they were married and all that. And I think that's why she got kicked off the show, whatever and all that stuff. And then I did read that Gloria was kicked off the show because when she decided to marry Derek, she didn't tell Basketball Wives. And so, they wanted to record that. That would have been her storyline. And so they got rid of her because she went off and got married and didn't tell nobody. So kind of like what happened with Kenya when she married Mark Daly. She didn't tell Bravo, but they didn't fire her either. Did they? Or did she get fired and come back? I can't remember. You guys tell me in the chat. So then, and Evelyn and Shani are best friends, but then Evelyn's like, I could be cool with her, and that's that and a half. So the next day, Brooke, Brandy, and Jacille, they go and do some yoga outside, and Brooke talks to Brandy in hopes that they can work their friendship out because they real friends for real. So Jacille and Cheyenne agreed to disagree about the gay bashing. That's when they went off to talk the night before. They just agreed to disagree. And so Brandy said the 12/12 wedding date scared her. And so Brooke was like, well, why you just didn't tell me that? And so she said, I didn't want to lead. I didn't need to be reading between the lines. Why you just didn't say something? It's hard to tell your friend, oh, I don't think I don't think you should get married. How do you tell your friend that? That's not an easy talk. It's not. So she's like, you didn't know. And so they're like, I'm sorry for making you feel ways about me and all that. And so Brooke apologized too and said she loves her and Jason. And I knew she did. Because last week, when Evelyn was tripping with Brandy, and when Brandy, then when Jason called Brandy, she walked off and she told Evelyn, get you a husband and all that. I can't really remember what Evelyn had said, but it was something about Jason. Oh, I'm glad he calling you and not somebody else or something. And when Brandy got up and went into the room, how Brooke said, looked at Evelyn and said, why did you say that? Like, that was real friendship right there. She like, that wasn't cool. That's when I was like, she still love her friend. Just little things like that you pick up on. Okay, so it was like more I love yous and hugs. And so they good, glad. That's what I liked about this show. Everybody's trying to, so maybe I said it was a 7. I rated it a 7. I may give it an 8. Let's keep going. Did we discuss what we're going to rename the show? I don't know, child. It was just like, ooh. Oh, yep. I got something. It's coming later. Okay. So Brooke asked Brandy about Evelyn. Brandy says she's using everything against her and she's tired of putting up with her. And I'm like, yes, Brandy, throw up Ocho Cinco in her face and shut her up. You ain't got to mention, sorry, y'all, YouTube, you can't say all the words. You got to read between the lines. Don't bring up the sad part about their marriage, but you can at least just say that it didn't last or something. Bring it up and it'll shut her down. Trust me. So Jacille says, we came here to mend things and we still throwing jabs. It's like, Jacille, this is a reality show, hon. This is what we here to do. So Brooke says that Jackie and Evelyn think it's cool to do things but they didn't want them to do it. So what they're saying is like there's a double standard going on here. So what they're referring to is, in the beginning of the season, Jacille was trying to bring everybody together, kumbaya with Jackie. Evelyn and Jackie, they was like, No. And then Brandy was trying to bring Jackie to the girls and try to mend things. And everybody was like, and Evelyn was like, So now that Evelyn is doing it, she want everybody to, she don't want to hear what nobody got to say. And so there's like, yeah, there's a double standard here. Like, how you expect Jacille and Brandy to be on board with you when they was trying to do the same thing you're doing, and you wasn't on board with them, Evelyn. So then Jen and Jackie go to the beach to clear the air. They want to get away from the women and just get some time. And they're doing a little sightseeing and walking around and going before they get to the beach. And they're taking pictures in front of chapels and all the things. And so Evelyn and the rest of the girls, they go to a private beach for a tequila tasting. And so Jackie asked, "Where did you find Laura, Jen?" And so she said, Laura's a breath of fresh air. And so Jackie says their friendship is really important. And so she asked Jen, she's telling Jen, like, tell me what I did wrong so I can clear it up. And so, the news were Jennifer's issue. Like, where did you get them? Why did you send them? What, like, they're so old. What are you doing? So Jackie said her and Sunday were talking about Kanye's wife walking around being nude and all that. And so then Sunday had brought up Jen's news. And so Jackie had went to look up the pictures. And so she sent them to Sunday and was like, this is what you're talking about. So then, Jackie apologizes, Jen accepts, and so Jen wants Jackie to be more responsible about her words. And so Jackie agrees because, that battery said to agree. Jen says, do better. And so Jen tells us, I don't trust Jackie, but child, we're going to take baby steps. And so she told Jackie, I want off the merry-go-round, okay? And so, Jackie is on she's on an apology tour. So she's like, yes, of course, but whatever you say, I'm here. You my girl, I love you. Okay. So Evelyn is chatting with Jacille. And so Jacille's telling Evelyn that she's being very feisty. So they're flashing back to all of Evelyn's feistiness, right? So Evelyn says, you threw a jab at me, I'm throwing one at you. I'm not apologizing about nothing. And so on the bus ride to the beach, Evelyn was sitting down first. So when Brooke got on the bus, she was like, did y'all hear when Brooke said, I don't want to sit next to this B? And so they was like, who? And it was Evelyn, right? And Evelyn didn't say nothing to Brooke. I said, oh, that battery pack is telling her to calm down. Don't say nothing. Just let the girls do the girls and blah, blah, blah. And so Evelyn is like, I know she's still mad at me because I invited Jackie on this trip. You right. You are absolutely correct, Evelyn Lozada. So Brandy, Brooke, and Laura are sitting on the other cabana across from Jacille and Evelyn. So Brooke asked Laura, how you feel about us? And so Laura's like, I'm cool with y'all. I'm riding with y'all. I'm cool with y'all. And they was like, Jacille, she's great. So Brooke was like, oh yeah, I love Jacille, And so Brooke brings up Jackie and Laura's apology to her, to her bringing up her daughter, the situation with Jackie and her daughter. And so Laura is in her confessional that she says, her apology has nothing to do with Jackie. No merit to Jackie and Brooke's situation. Don't bring my mess up. Don't bring me up about Brooke and Jackie. But she understands what Brooke is talking about. But Brooke is riding her her storyline out, honey, to the hills. So Brooke said, Jackie didn't deserve that apology just because of the things she's gone through with Jackie concerning her daughter. And so Brooke was like, does that? So Brooke, what? Brooke? Oh, so yeah, exactly. So my question to Brooke was, what does that have to do with anything? Like Laura apologized for pulling Jackie's daughter to the side to talk about her to her daughter when there was some mess going on. It has nothing to do with how Jackie was treating you, Brooke, when you about your daughter. Two different things, two different decades. Leave it alone. Stop bringing Laura in the middle of that, okay? Just knock it off. Okay, but Laura says she will talk to Jackie and kind of just gets, try to talk to her. And so, but Laura says, but when you believe the lies you tell, that's a different beast you messing with. Okay, okay. That could have been the title of this episode, but it's too long. So we'll move on. So Brooke is talking about poking, and then Brooke was talking about poking the bear and this and that and that. Now, come on, Brooke, South Central. We know if she was poking the bear, why you ain't tried to beat up Jackie? Besides at the taco parlor, at the taqueria. Why you ain't beat up Jackie by now? Like, come on. Come on. Let's come on, girl. Come on. So here comes Jackie and Jen. And they like, hey ladies. And Brooke was mad because Brooke was like, I thought I was just gonna have one day without seeing her. And so Brooke gonna say, here she come with them hot A clothes on. Well, Jackie is gonna cover up her body. If Jackie gonna do something, she gonna have on black and she gonna cover up everything on her body. I don't know why she's so self-conscious because she don't look that bad this year. She's not as big as she has been before. I don't know why she's so covered up, child. But baby, she had on all the clothes at the beach. So Jackie just got Brooke mad. They really do need to go ahead and talk. I hope they do. So the guy comes with the drinks, with the shots. He's a tequila expert. He comes with all these different shots of tequila, honey. They shots. Girl, these shot glasses got worms in them, scorpions. And we like, I ain't drinking that. So they told Evelyn she had to drink the shot with the scorpion in it because she was the host of the trip, honey. You got to drink that. And she took it. She went ahead, closed her eyes, and she drank that thing. You don't have to drink the scorpion. You just drink the tequila with it in it. And so, but Evelyn gonna add to it. She said the only thing that I can't do is roaches. So Brooke gives her props about the trip. Like, you're a good host. You cool. I'm having fun. Brooke is trying to she's trying to let her know I'm mad at you, but we could work. They getting close. Brooke ain't that mad. She mad, but she ain't that mad. So Laura takes Jackie to the side, and so she's talking to her. And I'm gonna give this episode an 8, just from all the adulting that's going on, all the accountability and the trying to work things out. I'll give it an 8. So Laura asked Jackie, like, how come this can't rest? And that's what I like. That's what I liked. And I want that to be the title of this episode. How come this can't rest? So Jackie says, she has been more aggressive. And Laura was telling her, but why you just can't go to her and just tell her to stop? Sometimes, and you just got to tell people just to stop, give them some extra love, maybe give her a hug. And so Jackie's like, I've tried so many times. And she said, there's just some toxicity going on and it's coming from her. And so Jackie said she thinks there's a bigger issue going on with Brooke than what she's saying. And so Jackie's like, until she's ready to move from that, they will always, clash. And she's right. Jackie is absolutely right. Something else may be going on there. It just has to be something else. Jen tells the girls what her and Jackie talked about at the beach. And Brookie, that's my dog. Sorry, y'all. And so Brooke is happy about that. And so Brooke tells everybody that she's going to throw a leather and lace bachelorette party that night for Jen. And she said, for Jen and Jocelle. And she said, oh, you could come too, Jackie. Woo! So Jen wants Jacille to be a part of the party too because it's supposed to be like her honeymoon, So they're like the two brides. So Evelyn helps Brooke decorate the party. So so I guess Brooke realized, yeah, I'm mad at you, but I need your help. So hey, come help me, girlfriend. And so Brooke was like, well, I know, Cheyenne is going to come to the party too. And she said, I'm going to avoid her like C19. Okay. Read between the lines that I just said there. I can't say the word, but the virus that shut us down for a few years, that's how she's going to avoid Cheyenne. So they have all the things, honey, for this bachelorette party. Girl, they got all the toys, all the whips, the chains, the deals. You know what I mean when I say deals? Because I think that's a word you can't say too. They got all the toys, okay? Jen gotta be extra, so she's in all white while everybody else is in all black leather and lace. She's in white with this big old Village People's hat on. It was cute though. And they played a game called Carisha Please. That's Young Miami. I didn't even know she had a dirty card game. And I was like, that's a cute idea. So they were playing her games. And, you got a truth or dare type of deal. So you take a shot if you ever did something or not. You know how that goes. So Jen never used the deal. So she had to take a shot. So Cheyenne took one because she has been arrested before. And it was like, what happened? And she was like, obstruction of the officers and trespassing. It was like a long time ago. And then there was another one. Take a shot if you don't shave or wax. And Jackie said Jen doesn't. And so we like, well, they was all like, what? So she was referring to the nude picture that she had of Jen. And so Jim was like, no, you just saw it at a bad angle. I have a landing strip. And you guys will have to Google what that means and what it looks like. But there's just a little, little swipe in the middle of hair in the middle. So Brandy took Jackie to the side, honey, and she told her pretty much that she said, what has gotten into you? And so Brandy's like, I'm brokenhearted. And so Jackie apologized and brought up her and Doug help. No. So this is still Brandy. Brandy's like, I'm heartbroken. I guess Jackie apologized. And then Brandy's like, you and Doug helped me and Jason stay together. So Jackie apologizes again. And then Brandy apologizes for her reactions. And so they make up. And the way that Jackie was apologizing, she was barely letting Brandy talk. She was like, I apologize. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I love you. I'm sorry. I apologize. Let's stay together. Let's go. Let's be great. Let's never do this again. And so Brandy, just like Jen, Brandy was like, we cool. Okay. But I'm going to have my guards up with this Jackie. I said, child, you got your guards up. Jen over there threatening her about getting off the merry-go-round. And she talking about we're going to take baby steps. So Evelyn is asking Laura about Gilbert Arenas, the Gilbert Arenas interview. And she asked her about this ring that he was talking about. So Laura explained that he bought her a big old engagement ring. And she said it was too big, like she couldn't wear it. And so she asked him to buy her a fake one. Hold on, guys. I need to drink some water. So when they broke up, Laura asked him for the real ring back. And he said he never had the real ring, only the fake one. So it was like, what? So to me, that just means he did buy you a real ring. He just wasn't giving it back to you. Since you breaking up, he was going to keep it. That makes sense to me. So he lied. And so she was like, whatever, keep it. I don't care, whatever. Just free me from this relationship type of deal. So the last game, the card is about tongue kissing the closest person to you, or you take 2 shots. Baby, Evelyn and Brooke got into it. tonguing it down, honey. And so we know now that Brooke is not mad at Evelyn no more. And they said it was nice. I think one of them said the other one is a good kisser. Brooke said they start off just with a peck and they just went into tongue and it went into some things. I don't even think they planned on doing all that, but it went there. So then Jen gives Evelyn her flowers and talk about how they've been through so much in their friendships and all the good times and all that. And they cry. And, you know, they've been through so much and they're glad for, you know, she's just glad to have her in her life. And then she thanked Brooke and then Jacille. And they're talking about they toasted to we are the 2024 brides. And then Jen told them she was going to sleep and don't call her the next day. But baby, what I just saw just yesterday, oh boy, Mr. Gold had a court date in Atlanta. Jen was on his side and they went to court because he keeps leaving the states without asking for permission. And the judge gave him 30 days in jail. But I was lightweight listening, and I think he gets because they're getting married like soon, you guys. They're getting married like next week, like next weekend. So I think he has to go to jail. I think he gets to get out. Child, he gotta go to Paris, go get married. I think he gotta come back. And then the judge is letting them get married in Paris, and the judge is letting them have their honeymoon. But in the meantime, he has to do 30 days. I gotta catch up. If you guys, you know, go to YouTube, some different content creators are reporting it. It's all over YouTube, child, that the boy is going back to jail. Okay, that was the end of Basketball Wives Besties. Let me know what you rate this episode. I like the title of what Miss Laura Govan said. How come this can't rest? I think that should have been the title of this episode because I like that. That was like a cool question of what's up? Like, you need to calm that down. You need to settle it, get over it, do something, go to her, hug it out, tell her you love her, and don't do it again. Okay, besties. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, put your comments in. Tell me what you felt about the episode, not about what I felt about the episode, because we are besties. It is okay to have different opinions. I will see you on the next video. Bye, besties.